I'm Phil, and this is Stodeck Builds. Today I'm checking out the Sunlu heater for the AMS on Bambu Labs 3D printers. I ordered this back in July and it's finally arrived this week. I'm going to unbox it, give an overview of its features and set it up for the first time. The heater costs around £100. It replaces the lid of the AMS that serves the P1 series Bambu Labs printers. Bambu Labs have since come up with a new AMS that includes a heater. However, if you've got an existing one like I have, then this is probably the ideal thing for you. So far I've been using silicone gel in the AMS to deal with moisture, but they're not ideal. If for no other reason, they get everywhere. I'm pretty sure I'll be finding bits of it for 50 years now. So far I've not bought any filament dryers, so this is a new step for me, and there's been some filament materials I've avoided because I've not had a dryer. I'm hoping this opens the door to more complex prints at better quality with minimal effort, which is why I bought a Bambu Labs printer in the first place. Okay, so let's open it up. Ah no, that's a good start. New box for the cat. So we have the instructions, power cable and a set of screws. So it comes well packaged here. You can see this taped in here to keep it safe in transit. You can see the motherboard and the fans for the heaters. On the top you've got a vent here, so when it's in operation you can leave it open, and then when you've finished you can close it to try and keep the moisture out. I don't want to take that off. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I was taking the LED panel plastic off as well at the same time, which kind of ruins the fun of doing that later. Nearly. There we go. Before removing the last of this, let's just check it powers on. And there we go. We got the different, so you've got the current temperature, you've got a set temperature, you can manually adjust that. You can set the time. You can configure it manually, or you can set one of the presets for the different materials. So you've got PLA, something, you see, PA, ABS, TBU, PETG, back to PLA again. That seems pretty simple. And you can change it from centigrade to stupid values, but we'll keep it on centigrade. I'll turn it off because we don't need to heat up my table. Right then, I'll get it installed now. Here's the AMS. I need to flip it over and access the screws for the hinges that are inset here. Because of the length of the tool here, it is quite a fiddly job. It's quite flimsy and you do need to put quite a bit of pressure to get the screws moving. Once they start, it's pretty easy. The instructions aren't particularly clear, so it took a bit of fiddling around to work out exactly which side the hinges go on. As you can see here, I'm getting it wrong. I got there in the end though. Annoyingly, the screws are not magnetic, so you just sort of have to force the tool in there. They will hold on because it's quite tight, but that does mean you've got to be quite careful putting them in, because if they get knocked, they're going to fall off. And then you've got to turn it upside down to get them back again. I put each in one by one, just screwing them in slightly, and then came back and tightened them fully once done. And there you go, ready to attach it back to the printer. To test, I'm going to print out this, which is basically a stand for my Brickheads Lego. You can see at the start, humidity's high. This filament has mainly been okay, but I've had some issues with it, so I thought it might be a good test. So I printed it twice, once before drying and once after. I dried for about 12 hours. As you can see, humidity definitely improved, and it went down from around 40% to 20%. This is the bottom preheat. You can see a couple of clear lines kind of in the middle. This is after, and those lines are gone. So it looks better so far. Viewing the top, there's not really much difference between them, so I can't really say anything conclusive. Maybe this isn't a perfect test. This PLA does seem to have behaved overall. So that's that. I may come back and do a bit more detailed review once I've printed with some different materials. But for now, that's me. If you found this video useful, hit subscribe to see more of my future videos. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.